So welcome to Zenterno Radio, where we drop truth gems all along the way. Today is a very special episode. It's about my new album and Zenterno Music's new album, The Light Frequency. We are releasing it. It's coming very soon. At the moment, it's actually in inspection for release with my distributor. So it should be hitting the streets and the universe of the internet very soon. Um, so let's jump right into it and let's talk about this whole album that I got and what it represents and everything that has gone into it. So I'm actually with my distributor is CD Baby, and it's funny because when I emailed or I sent in the distribution, I got an email from the distributor, and all my records are clean, but they had one problem because one of my songs I have one word that is technically explicit or technically rough language, and so because of that. And not only that, because one of my genres is listed as spiritual, they had a problem with it. So they said, oh, you have like track 7 and 8 or whatever, which were one's the original, one's a remix, listed as explicit, but you have spiritual as um, a listed genre. But it's like, well, here's the thing about this. That's not even that bad. Like I just said, it was one word, and it's actually the context in which it's being said. It's not anything crazy. It's nothing evil. Um, there's some evil content. I don't really want to say that on my podcast, but there's some evil people who say wicked things without even cussing or whatever, without even using rougher language. I'd rather say rougher language, that they should be deplatformed or something. When you look at, even I have to say this, when you look at your politicians and you look at your government and even let's see, people and pastors or something like such, they can speak so polite to the congregation and to the people, but at the same time, on the back end and behind closed doors or behind the scenes, they're doing quite perverse deeds. Child trafficking, organ trafficking, all these things are actually happening, and nobody wants to talk about that, right? A lot of people are dying because of something like that. So I know this is kind of off topic, but it's just one of those things where it's like, well, they're coming to me with my album saying, well, I said one, rough language word, but I listed as spiritual, and it's like, well, spiritual people can be a little tough too. It's just rough language. It's not, if you're offended by that, I mean, you just turn the channel. It's simple as that. But I would agree as I'm not a person who continually speaks rough language. I think that that's just indecent. But there's context to everything. That's the way I look at things. So if there's proper context, throwing in a rougher word is not necessarily a bad thing. It actually sometimes drives the point home, even more so when we are talking about dark and evil spirits and evil people. I find that using rough language to describe evil deeds and evil things make more sense because they are evil. So the rough language is deserving of the evil people. I'm not gonna, oh, they're so, this, and I'm gonna be so sweet. It doesn't even make sense. So that's kind of my um, thoughts and perspective on that. So right now we are distributing, and in the process, the distributor is inspecting my album, and I'm waiting for them to get back to me on that. I just resubmitted, but I also put my claim in, just basically stating exactly what I just said. So the light frequency, and so what does it represent? The Kodesh. So the light frequency, I mean, it's the Kodesh, the light, and Kodesh is Hebrew for set apart, and it's really the English equivalent of saint. So the light frequency represents the Kodesh, represents the light, righteousness, good, and we know all of these things because of the void. You don't know light without darkness, right? You don't know good from evil. You need both of them to discern, to say, okay, one is this, one is that. So we don't know the light, or we don't know the goodness and everything, but we only know it because of the darkness. We only know it because of the void thereof. When it's not there, then we understand what the good is. So that's what the light frequency is all about. It's always been about good, righteous, love, and everything that represents heaven. That's what I'm trying to convey in the light frequency. So this album has actually taken 12 years to develop. The first record is actually track number 2. It's called Living the Dream. I did that record 12 years ago. in 2010. So this whole process, this whole uh, really been a big process, big journey. Is a 12-year uh, um, journey of music and growth. So in this album, you're gonna hear that growth. You're gonna hear the youth, the more vibrant, the more maybe fun, maybe more silly, um, maybe not necessarily silly, but you know what I mean. The more the less mature versus then some of the other records, they'll be a little bit more mature. So you'll hear that tonality and the tone and the message in the album itself. And so because it was 12 years in the making, I also ended up listing it on my website for $12. CD Baby, the distributor actually listing it for like 12, I think 97. So you're actually saving 97 cents, a dollar basically. If you come to zentronamusic.com/store, you're gonna get it for $12. So it's cheap. It's 12 years in the making, so $12 seems fitting. It's a 17 track album. So yeah, support the real, support the good. Um, so yeah, the overall like tone too of the records, it has a sound like there's if people know flanges or phasers and phase sounds. It kind of has a lot of that tone in the record, and but it also has just a good vibration, good energy, man. It's all righteous music. Um, that's what we do. That's what I've always wanted to be, and I'm exactly what I am. So I'm being exactly who I'm supposed to be, which is the light. And Zentrona Music is that. And that's why I love my company so much. So this album, the light frequency, embodies that. It really is this good energy. This it's just wavy. And that's another word I like to use it because it kind of has a wavy feel. It's just really super cool. And yeah, Zentrona Music, the light frequency, baby. That's what it's about. The single, we did release a single. The single is called Superstar. I already released the music video, Superstar, on YouTube, exclusively right now. It's on YouTube, shared across social media, but it comes back to YouTube, the video itself. So please check that out. Look up Superstar, and you can put C-Zenz, C-Zenz Superstar, or just Superstar. I'm sure it should pop up, and under Zentrona Music. Check us out. We did a great video. Put a little back into money into that. You know, we had to make something great. You got to put some effort into it. So money, financial backing, love, passion, effort. We put it all in. Blood, sweat, and tears go into this stuff. This is not a joke. You know, this is our life. This is what we do. So I go 100% and put my all into something when I do something. So Superstar, that's what it's all about. Check that out. Big record, all for the righteous. And we calling that record on the low. I don't know if people know though, but we kind of calling out superstars. So kind of piece it together, like who's a superstar? Who are these celebrities? Why are people celebrating these celebrities? What are we celebrating, right? Superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like make you think a little bit, make you see, look at how these people act, right? Earlier in the year, there was the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock thing, right? Superstars, right? You know, got some Hollywood, you got some of these people. So, you know, Superstars kind of talking about that, you know, talking about these people. They think that they're so great, but they really ain't that great. So, peep the record, check it out, support the real all day, every day. And I love doing the record. It was really cool, man. It's just necessary music, and it's really I call it message music, and I like that too because it really is. It's a message in the music, and we're representing what needs to be represented. What's underrepresented right now is goodness and just even logical things, not just this nonsense of there's just so much negativity and nonsense in the world. So Zentrona music will never be that. We don't do nonsense, you know. We do righteous, we do cool music, and we have a vibe, we have an energy, and we are cool. But at the same time, we have righteousness and a good message to lift people up, to make people see the world a little bit different than they probably have been seeing, or just to realize, yo, there's somebody else out here just like you, trying to do right, trying to do good, and that's Zentrona music. So yeah, we are distributed. We're gonna be distributed worldwide on basically every platform. I would have to say probably every platform, all across the continents, all across the world. and we have physical CDs. I'm going to be ordering some physical CDs, so I'm going to actually try to figure something out with the physicals, trying to, sell them off or whatever. So that's something else to look forward to. Definitely need to do that though. Commemorate. It might actually, there's supposed to be a commemorative plaque coming too, so maybe I'm gonna do something like that. That'd be amazing. But the platforms, like major ones, are I can see here. We got Amazon Music, which is major. We got Apple iTunes, Angami. I think that might be like India. Not too sure. Boomplay, I know it's Africa. We got Deezer, Hungama, iHeartRadio, Claro Music, InProdicon, Jukes, K Digital, KK Box, that's on Asia, Quack, Line Music, MediaNet, Napster, NetEase, Cloud, Pandora, Peloton, Qobuz, Rezo, Savin, Shazam, pretty big, Slacker Radio, Sound Exchange, Spotify is major, Tencent Music Entertainment, Tidal, TikTok, YouTube Music, 24/7 Digital Adapter, AWA, just major players. That's what we're doing. So that's amazing. Yeah, timing seems to be everything too, because after, years, because 2016, yeah, we released the Majestic Composition. So after now 6 years, it just seems fitting that like it's now or never, especially going through the crazy nonsense that took place in the world, which is the dark world, evil, corona nonsense and all that lies and crazy stuff. It's one of those things that hits you. It's like, man, it's now or never. Like, nobody's gonna do anything for you. Life is, you got to make it happen, and that's it. I'd rather do what I'm doing than to look back and I didn't do it. It's simple, bro. Like, you have to just live life and you have to do you. You can't worry about nothing else. You can't worry about the craziness going in the world. You just have to do you, and that's what we're doing over here. So I'm so excited about it, because this stuff is fruition. It comes to fruition after all the hard work, after everything we went to school for, we study, and you get to actually share something with the world and it means something to you. It's powerful, man. So I'm very excited about that. I want to shout out to Reverb Nation, because Reverb Nation, man, has been in my life in the music from the beginning, ever since I kind of got into this music from 2009, 10, around that time. Reverb Nation is a legitimate platform. They even rank you, man. I remember growing up, because I'm from Toronto in Canada, so they used to have much music. I remember watching them as a youth, as a kid. Like, you see the ranks, top 30, the records. So on Reverb Nation, man, they rank you, man. You really get your ratings and everything. So I want to share the ratings for Zen Music and C-Zenz. Man, it's nuts. Right now, I'm sitting locally at number 13. So we top 15 right there. Regional, we're at 31, just shy of top 30. National, we at 72, and global, we're at 2042, which to me is bonkers. There's like 8 billion people in the world, and I'm at 2,000, top 2,000 or top 2042 artists. That is bonkers. Now I think it's just the genre too. I think maybe hip hop or whatever, but it's still, regardless, that's bonkers, man. So even the rep Canada top 7, you top 100. That's nuts. So salute to Reverb Nation, man. Zentrona Music respects that. C-Zenz respects that. I love it. That's just amazing. So that's great news for me. Salute. So as I said before, the album has 17 tracks, and let me just give you the titles just to get the intrigue going. If people want to know more about this album, first record is the intro. Second record, we got Living the Dream. Third record, We Flying, because we fly like eagles, baby. Fly high. Fourth record, My Life. Fifth record, All My Life, The Refix. So that record is a little different, because we don't have it. There's no hooks or no chorus. It's just like the verses and stuff. And me and my boy Mars is on the record. He's on We Flying and Living the Dream as well. Mars, big shout out to Mars. Big artist out here in Toronto, needs respect. Number 6, we have All I Know Is Ya. Now this is an odd record, because It has a different remix. You wouldn't know, but the original record was All I Know Was God. But the reason we said God and Jesus before, because that's what we were used to. And then when we came into the knowledge, we understand his name is Yah and everything. So All I Know Is Yah, number 6. 7 is I Want It, the original. 8 is I Want It, the chopped version. So it's kind of like a remix. You understand what a chop is when you hear it. Number 9, and Like This, the chop as well, chopped version. Number 10, I Respect the Foundations. You got to tune into the record to see what I'm saying about that. I Respect the Foundations. Number 11, Superstar, the single off the record, the Light Frequency, big tune. Number 12, To the Day I Fly, another big tune. 13, Pour It Out. 14, Still Pouring. 15, We Praise the Most High, the slowed remix. Check that out. 16, Vibe With Me, another big record. And 17, another massive record, Not With Us. And Not With Us is talking about the Kodashim versus the Dark One. So you got to tune in to believe it, to see it, to hear it, so to achieve it. Let's get it. So all that can be found, again, come to zenturtlemusic.com/store, zenturtlemusic.com/store. The record is available right now today for $12. Please purchase, please share, like, share, send it to your family, listen with your friends and your family. Let's get this wave happening. Good music and good knowledge and good every just vibration and energy needs to be happening in this world. We have to understand, and I have to say this, there are two worlds. There's the dark world and there's the light world. Which world are you living in? It's a critical piece of information. The reason a lot of people get so depressed and down is because they're living in the dark world. And sometimes you're a child of the light, but you're living in the dark world and you don't even know that you're living in the dark world. I want you to know that you're of the light. And so when you're supporting Zenturno Music and C-Zenz, you're supporting the light world. You're supporting the light, the most high's people, and the righteous. Okay? They're going to continue to do the wickedness that they do. They've always done. There's two worlds in one. People really need to understand this. That's a spiritual concept. And if you don't get it, I can't teach you. It's something you're going to have to figure out for yourself. But there are two worlds in one physical world. And so I need people to understand that. So when you're supporting Zenturno Music, pick up the Light Frequency album, We in the Light, and that's what that's about, baby. Right there, the light frequency. Stay in that frequency, stay in that vibration. This is energy, this is everything, this is forever, this is real, this is love, this is everything, man. So this is Zenturno Radio. You're tuned into us right now. Exciting news, and I'm just so happy to be able to get this record out to the world. And yeah, even people in the dark need to hear this record, because then maybe they can change and they can come to the light side and realize, yeah, the world is it's got the two sides, and we need to be in the light. So salam and shalom, peace to the family of Zenturno Music worldwide. We love you, and we'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to support Zenturno Music. Peace and shalom.